I was laying there in my cot and I thought to myself, for the first time in a very, very long time, I wasn't a patient, I wasn't a mother, I wasn't a problem, I wasn't a number, I was just Tina. And I remembered her.
Tina Taylor. I am a 55-year-old person, disabled, and single mother of 4. I am a repeat and habitual Courage Incorporated utilizer. Used to be avid outdoor person, was disabled in 2011 from a spinal cord injury, and was really very, very limited in my ability to do anything independently. It's a condition called cauda-equina syndrome, so it affects everything from the waist down. And my bowel and my bladder were affected, my ability to lift my left leg, and the musculature had started to fade from in use. I had spent a couple years kind of bedridden, and it took great effort and lots of assistance to really do just normal daily tasks. Very reliant on medical assistance for survival, and there was not really any room for what I would call entertainment or enjoyment in life. Everything was a task. My disabilities, meant that I required help with literally everything. I couldn't cook for myself. I couldn't care for my children. I couldn't go to the bathroom. It was pretty devastating, and you lose hope very quickly. Chronic pain can suck the joy out of everything. I had to find reasons to stay alive every day. I was a hunter, I was a camper, I took my kids, on several week-long adventures into the Porcupine Mountains, and I've always just thrived being out of doors, and I had lost all of it. When I first became aware of Courage Incorporated, I was just at the point where I was walking independently, but with walking aids. So I had full leg braces, metal braces that went up to my knees, and I used, they're called Loft-Strand crutches. So I needed support to ambulate. And there came a day where my mom saw an advertisement for this place called Courage Incorporated, and she sent me the link. And it's been an uphill, downhill, sideways step ride ever since. Yeah. One that I wouldn't give up for anything. It's a unique position in the UP. We have the spirit of the woods, I think, lives in our veins and becomes really an intricate part of our own personal identity. Your mental fortitude and your will to survive and the emotional boost you can allow yourself in healing truly is benefited by being outdoors. I find that being outside in the woods is, physical therapy, it's spiritual therapy. If done with other people, it is psychosocial and, socialization. There's just all of the components that you would get prescribed by a physician, all of that gets wrapped up into one neat little camping trip. It's easy to say, you have kids, that's your reason for fighting. But you start to think to yourself, maybe they'd be better off without me. Everybody around you has to care for you, and you stop contributing to life. And you just feel like, you're a depletion of resources. But it's important to have at least a connection where you feel valued. And finding that can be as easy as clicking a link. The words are courage
Courage Incorporated. So I have to be courageous. What do you really want, Tina? What do you really want to do? And it was to be in the woods. When I actually physically was able to see what they had set up, it was breathtaking. It was at a bend in the river where there was a waterfall. And when you stepped into view of the campsite, there were multiple tents set up. There was a kitchen, if you can believe it, set up under awnings, lots and lots of chairs, and it was just kind of a perfect scene. Everybody was super friendly, and I was super impressed with the willingness of the staff and the volunteers to do whatever it would take to make it a successful weekend for the guests. That we each come with different limitations. We each come with different personalities and backgrounds, and it was just very apparent from the moment I was picked up at my doorstep through the entirety of the weekend that these people truly wanted to give the guests the opportunity to enjoy a piece of the UP wilderness in whatever way they could make that happen. Laying there, just reflecting on the sounds around me and the smell of the campfire and what I had accomplished in that day, what opportunity I was given, was priceless. It is something I will forever be grateful for, because it truly did inspire me to make changes in my life so that I could keep doing it. That was probably one of the biggest takeaways I got in the initial contact, I guess, with Courage Incorporated, is how important it is to allow others to help you. And then it became important for me to start helping others, to return the gift I was given. Watching the people at Courage Incorporated time and time again in each of the adventures I've been on, both as a guest and as a volunteer now, watching that spark of life happen for people who didn't think that they could find a way to do whatever that is. It's just a magical opportunity to re-engage with people and to find a way to feel included and productive. Those moments of achievement that I experienced with Courage Incorporated, it's infectious, and it just spreads throughout the rest of your life. It gives you then the motivation to think, what else can I do? I think that, it's given me the opportunities to connect with people. I've met one of my best friends in the whole world through, Courage Incorporated. I've made several really good friends that I'm sure I will be in contact with forever. I have had the opportunity to connect with other organizations. I would encourage anybody and everybody to participate with Courage Incorporated. If you are not disabled or you don't feel that, you need their services, volunteer, donate. It is a worthwhile cause on every level. If you're somebody that you feel you might be interested in participating from being one of their guests, I can tell you, coming from a place where I really was afraid, the experience you'll have at Courage Incorporated is really, they do their very best to cater to everybody's individual needs. But if you're considering coming as a guest and you're hesitant because you think there might be some issue that they haven't thought of or that makes you uniquely difficult to accommodate, just ask them. They're really super willing and easy to talk to. And I think, it's always better to ask the questions than make assumptions that you wouldn't be a candidate. It was very liberating and freeing, and I would do it again 100 times over.